Hi everyone, I'm Abhishek and I'm the head trainer of Zigli. Today we have Shreen Merchant with us, from whom I've learned a lot. And today we're going to ask a couple of questions from her and gather some information from her. So Shreen, what is the primary reason of anxiety in city dogs?
So I would say anxiety in city people is is probably the reason for anxiety in city dogs. The dogs that live in our homes where we have a lot of stress in the home, all of that, it spills over into the dogs.
Okay.
Plus, one of the main things is most people when they keep dogs keep working breeds, and those cannot thrive in the city life.
Okay.
They need that outdoor run and all of that. So if they can't get it, a lot of stress builds up because of that. So dogs need their exercise, they need their mental stimulation, they need breed-specific play, and sometimes cities don't allow us to give that. That's one of the main causes. The second is because people who live in cities have such busy lives and they have their stress and they bring that home from work, the dog just absorbs all of that. So while they might have all that, there are nice ways you can alleviate that stress in them like we do for ourselves.
Okay. Just to add to it, what are working line breeds as you mentioned right now?
So if you look at everybody's dogs today are all working breeds. Your golden retriever is a working dog, your beagle's a working dog, the Doberman, the German Shepherd, these are all your common breeds. These are all working breeds.
Okay.
They were all bred to do work. They weren't bred to be sitting in a home doing nothing. So they do need to do things. They need to think. They need to exercise their brain. And when we don't give it to them, they live sedentary lives, that builds up stress.
Okay. Other question that I have for you is, there are a lot of dogs who are reacting to other dogs in the room.
Yeah.
So what is the reason for dog-to-dog reactivity currently?
So there can be multiple reasons. So when we look at aggression, there are two causes of learned aggression. Okay, when you take all your different aggressions and you put them down, it comes into two root things, fear and frustration. So when we look at reactivity, which is dog-to-dog reactivity, the two root causes of the learned behavior could be fear and frustration. Fear could be where a dog's had either a bad experience, not been socialized carefully, or whatever. I mean, had some sort of a negative thing where the dog has learned to be frightened of other dogs. Now, the process of fear is, it starts with fear. When the dog feels he's frightened, the first thing they do is try to run away. But if the dog's on the leash, or he's in a corner, or he's in a contained area, he can't. Then it progresses through what we call as the freeze behaviors, where they freeze in the hope that whatever's scaring them will go away. Then it goes to frivolous, where they're trying to tone down the situation. When all that doesn't work, the word fight comes in the picture. That's when the dog learns that, oh, if I growl, other dogs go away. If I snap, other dogs go away. Or if I bite, other dogs will go away. And once that starts and it becomes an effective tactic, that's what the dog would do. Unfortunately, because most city dogs are walked on leashes, the option of flight is unavailable to them. And so there's a lot of reactivity just because of, so we call it leash reactivity, right? The minute you leave that dog free and the two dogs are in an open area, a lot of people say, oh, they don't fight then. But they see each other on the leash and they do that. Why? Because mentally then they know flight is not available. So let's use the tactic that's worked to show aggression or be aggressive. Because as soon as you do that, you get pulled away, or the other dog gets pulled away, and you get what you wanted in the first place, which is distance between you and the second dog. Then a larger, greater cause today is frustration. Today we have a lot of dogs who play with other dogs, and people think, oh, lots of dog play is good, it's necessary. What we don't realize is a lot of rough play, rough games, bullying is happening. Some dogs are being victimized in the bargain, and that then eventually can also lead to aggression down the road. So those are your main causes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ma'am, I just want to ask two questions. The first question is, what sign shall we see while grooming dog is aggressive?
Okay, so the most obvious is where they growl at you. You know, then that's a big no. You have to stop and you have to see what else you can do. Second is you'll see the body language stiffening. So you have a relaxed dog, then you suddenly see everything go tight. That means the dog's not okay. Okay, and as groomers, you'll always have your hands on the dog's body. So you should be able to feel all the muscles, right? So some of the muscles that go tight are the neck, the shoulders, the hind legs, they've tightened. And then the dog's thinking of something else. Also, always watch the dog's eyes. Relaxed eyes are different, tense eyes are different, the ears will change. So you might see a relaxed dog and suddenly you see the dog going a little tight. So you, at that time, should stop and take a look and see what is the dog saying. Is he uncomfortable? Is he in pain? Is he getting irritated? Does he need a break? So it's very important because a good thing is you'll have your hands on the dog. So you can feel the change in the muscles as the dog starts to tense. So say if I'm going to hit you, not that I'm going to, I won't just do that. I'll tighten my muscles and then come in, right? So if you're cleverly watching me, you should see that, oh, she's getting ready to throw a punch. So similarly with dogs, before they're going to bite, parts of their body change. Their face changes, the ears, the muscles change, they tighten. And if you're watching or you can feel it, that's a good time to step back and say, okay, what are you saying? Are you unhappy with something? Can we stop so that we don't push you to the next step, which would be a bite?
And the second question is, if we are grooming,
Yeah.
and the dog is not cooperating,
Yeah.
so what shall we tell to the parents that the dog needs a treat?
So what the dog needs to do, and this is what I'd suggest you do with all young puppies. In fact, whether they come for grooming or not, start them off on puppy classes at a grooming session. So maybe like a Sunday morning or something where it's a lesser busy time. Have puppies come in, have them stand on the table, have them being touched all over, and what you do is have somebody regularly giving some small soft treats. So it's a psychological thing where you're classically conditioning the puppy that being groomed and eating something yummy at the same time is conditioning. Then their brain thinks that's a lot of fun. Then when that dog comes to you for grooming down the road, he'll behave a lot better. So the dogs that are very restless, all of that, you can maybe have small classes for them where they come in and they learn how to be under control on the grooming table.
Thank you so much, Shireen, for answering our questions, and it was a pleasure having you over here.
It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.